pleased to have you today in our channel. Shannon is an undergrad in computer science. He just had his ceremony this week, and he is our guest for today. He competed in a hacking competition at national level with his team, and they were awarded the second place at national level. So Ryan, thank you very much for being with us today, and tell us a little bit more about you. Why have you chosen cybersecurity?
Well, originally I was working in the IT department at my community college while a student there, and I had the opportunity to move into a cybersecurity role. This kind of took over my life, I guess you could say. I had originally planned on doing game design, but I realized that I enjoyed cybersecurity so much that I decided to shift my focus completely towards it.
Oh, that is great. That's amazing. And what is that project or projects you feel proud of?
Well, there's a lot of projects for school that I've done, but my favorite was actually for work, where we had a problem where professors were standing up web servers or other machines without actually notifying our IT department. And so I used a popular service called Shodan to take an inventory of our whole network, and if anything popped up that hadn't been seen before, it would notify us, giving us an easy way to see if someone was standing up things without, the standard permissions.
Oh wow, that is great. That is very cybersecurity related. And when did you start your computer science studies? Did you start here in Calstate Fullerton?
Well, I did take a couple computer science classes in high school, actually. So ever since then, I've been down the track.
Oh, that is awesome. And what is next? What's next for you?
Next, I'm planning to work as a penetration tester, and I'm going to be moving to the East Coast pretty soon to start.
Oh, that's amazing. How did you get involved with the Offensive Security Society?
So as soon as I transferred here, I was looking for people to work on CTFs with. I had been doing security competitions just by myself at community college because we didn't really have a security club at the time. And I was lucky enough to find OSS, and I just got connected with everybody and started trying to find more people to work on competitions with.
Oh, that is amazing. And I heard the OSS has several options to enter competitions, even locally.
Right.
Yeah, that is great. And what advice can you give to new students that are thinking about, joining the cybersecurity career?
I would definitely tell new students to get involved with clubs as soon as possible. Even outside of cybersecurity, whatever your interest is the best way to meet people that have similar goals, as well as potential project partners in classes. And besides that, I would say start applying to internships as soon as possible. Even for freshmen, they might not think that they have much experience, but every job after the first one gets easier, and so after graduation, it'll be leagues and leagues easier if you have that experience under your belt.
That is true. And what is that skill or knowledge that you want to learn?
Well, security is very broad. I think kind of evening out my knowledge levels is probably my goal after graduation. I've kind of focused on big network security of large enterprise and Windows environments, so I want to get more in depth on the web app penetration testing.
Web app, okay, that sounds awesome. That's very popular now. That is great. So we would like to talk about those competitions you have been in. For example, the CPTC. Can you tell us more about what that is?
Sure. So CPTC is the Collegiate Penetration Testing Competition. Essentially, each school creates a team and sends that team over to act as a pretend penetration testing company. So the competition organizes a fake company as the subject of the pen test. In this competition, it was Wheels, a pretend company that created autonomous vehicles. And so each team acts as a group of consultants, and you have to do everything from interacting with the executives to creating a project proposal to actually doing the penetration test, and then finally creating a report and presenting it to the executives of the company.
Wow, that's very deep. That's very intense. And You and your teammates, I have a list of their names. I have your name, Ryan Shannon. I have Rohan Rihal, Brandon Wen, Christopher Mills Bowling, and Jose Urrutia. And all of you guys are undergrads. And I also
Well, except for Shri.
Yeah, actually Paul Rawal.
Well,
he's
the
only graduate one,
yes.
right? How do you prepare with your teammates and by yourself for a competition like this?
Well, we had done one competition, or sorry, we had competed in CPTC in 2017 in the regionals, and so we had a rough idea of what to expect. And so with that coming into this year's regionals, we had a bit of an understanding of what we'd be walking into, so we used your standard penetration testing methodology, and we had a better outline for our report. I believe that helped us qualify for nationals, and once we did qualify for nationals, we only had about a month to kind of cram. So we used pretty standard penetration testing practice platforms like Hack the Box, and then we made a team strategy where we kind of divided up our roles such that in the 8 hours that we had to access the network, we could get the most of our time.
Ryan, how did you go from regional competition at the CPTC to nationals? How was that for you and your team?
Out of the 3 regions, Western, Central, and East Coast, the top 10 teams moved on by points. So we were fortunate enough to place high enough in regionals, and that gave us about a month's lead time to go into nationals.
Wow, you guys you prepare for a national in 1 month.
Yes.
That's amazing. What was your role in the team? How did you contribute? You know, I'm assuming each one had his own
Right.
strengths and weaknesses. What did you do? How did you participate?
This year I served as the team captain, so I helped organize our preparation and help delegate the roles for nationals.
Oh, that's amazing. What were your obstacles and how did you overcome them?
Definitely a lot of obstacles. The competition itself, by its nature, is very crunched. You have about 8 hours to access the network, and then the report is due the next day at 8 a.m. So both regionals and nationals had very little sleep. We were cramming to get that report as full and complete as we could in the small time frame that we had. Besides that, scheduling everything along with taking a full course load was a little bit rough. A couple of classes may have missed a few assignments because we were, busy practicing, but it all worked out.
Wow, I can't imagine. Did you have any help? Did you have any mentors help you, or did the competition provide someone to help?
Oh, definitely.
Resources?
So Goffman is the advisor for OSS, and he helped organize our competition, even accompanying us to both regionals and nationals. He gave us advice for our strategy and for the structure of our penetration test report.
Okay. What was the task the main task of the competition?
So the main task is, of course, doing the penetration test, but that goes along with all of these auxiliary features such as the proposal to become the consultant that does the test, and then reporting afterwards, Q&A with the executives after your report is presented, those kind of things.
And were you given any tools or resources?
Sure, the competition is very well structured. Each team is given an identical copy of the Wheels network so that no one ends up messing anything up for other teams, as well as the playing field is standardized. Every team is given a Kali Linux virtual machine to do the penetration test from.
Oh, that's amazing. And with all these tools, were there some tools or resources you wish you've had?
One thing that I think we did well and we can improve on even more in the future is we kind of built a bit of our toolkit to be automated. So we made some basic scripts and then loaded them up as soon as the competition started, and I think we can go even further next year with that.
Oh, that's amazing. So do you think you'll be helping next time?
Unfortunately, I can't, as I won't be an active student, but perhaps I could advise the next year's team.
Of course, I'm sure they can have you over as an advisor. what ideas, resources, or new friends you acquired? I'm sure you met a lot of people in these competitions.
Oh, definitely. Even people outside of our own school, we made good friends with some people at RIT where Nationals was hosted, and got into some great discussions about how they run their cybersecurity club there and what we could do better.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm glad, to hear that you guys got new ideas and you're ready to implement them here. Do you have another project in mind right now that you are considering?
Not exactly. Now that I'm graduated, I kind of got to focus on employment and all that.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's why we come to school, right? That's amazing. So now, after all this work and all this thinking, it's very critical the way computer science works and cybersecurity and this hacking events. How do you have time for yourself? How do you, spend your free time?
Free time, I mean, pretty standard college student stuff. I try to go out with my friends on the weekends sometimes. Hobbies, I try to go rock climbing once a week. There's a nice place just down the 57, it's called Factory Bouldering. Just the usual.
Rock climbing sounds fun. Besides rock climbing, what other hobbies do you have?
I mean, I play video games, I work on side projects like any other CS major.
Yeah, do you have what's your favorite video game? Can you share? Or?
Favorite video game, probably between Rocket League and Tekken.
Oh, awesome. And is there something that, what inspires you to keep going, for new ideas? Where do you go to get your inspiration?
I would say that security is always so innovative that it's really easy to get inspired when you see the work that people do. Whenever someone comes up with some new presentation, whether they're a vulnerability researcher or pen tester, it seems like every year the techniques are newer and more innovative and very creative.
That's awesome. Liz, can you talk about some misconceptions that people often have about you that you would like to explain a little more?
I would think that CS is kind of seen as the introverted, very shy, maybe poor social skills, but I don't think that's true about me.
I agree with that. We just need to get to know, each other a little better to know that, it's not just what we see, right? Or what we can think. That's amazing. What makes you laugh?
I mean, this question, I guess, I'm not really sure where to go with that.
Anything funny?
Sure, yeah.
I made you laugh. Okay. Well, I'm so happy to have you today in our channel. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing, your view of computer science, sharing your life, sharing how, you prepare for these competitions and your contributions and your plans for the future. We're really glad to have you, and we wish you the best on the East Coast. I'm sure you're going to be very busy.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Ryan.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being with us. Bye.